What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of RP Podcast, giving you opinions on topics you've never asked for. I'm your host, PLAX. I'm here with my co-host, Rick. Rick, how you doing today, man?
Man, I feel like I'm live at the Garden, my boy. Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, Rick he in his NBA bag today. Okay, I like
No, I was talking about the botanical gardens.
Oh. Well, that's still a nice day.
Nah, it's game 7.
In the garden. And I'm Reggie fucking Miller.
It's game 7.
Did you know Reggie Miller retweeted my tweet before?
Oh,
you
really?
know Reggie? Yeah, a long time ago. It was my old Twitter. He retweeted my tweet. I agreed with him on something that he said on NBA TV, and he retweeted it. Was like, "Thank you, brother." I was like, "Oh, yes."
Yeah. You ain't transitioned to clout? That's early clout.
I did not transition to clout. No, it did not give me any clout, unfortunately.
You fell.
Yeah, I did. I might have fumbled the opportunity. I should have been like, I should have added somebody else and been like, "Yo, takes his garbage," and just started going crazy. See if I would have got somewhere with that. But this is episode 46 of the RP Podcast. We moving, steady moving, going crazy. Episode 50 on the way. Also, more content on the way.
More life.
More life. That's a teaser.
Is it? Well,
that's a tool.
I wasn't even referring to that, but I guess it technically is. I was more referring to Drake in that instance.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's
it
a
works
tool
both
we'll
ways.
be using later.
That's a double entendre.
So, Rick,
as the Japanese would say, double entendre.
Hey, I don't think that. For any Japanese fans,
that's what happens when you watch too much anime.
Yeah, I don't think you guys talk like that. Or at least say that phrase that way.
No, they have an actual word probably for it, but that's what happens when you add anime context to an English word to make it sound anime. Double entendre.
Oh my god. Okay. What we got going on today, man? What we talking about?
We got a lot of things on here. A lot of them don't matter, but you know, here we are.
Arguably.
Here we are. Speaking of doesn't matter, Kim and Kanye beef still happening. Well, I guess now technically it's Kanye.
That's a crazy.
Kanye
actually, that's a fire transition. Good shit.
Well, then why you call attention to it? You always call attention.
You're because you're in your bag. You're hooping. It really is game 7. You're going crazy right now.
No, it's really a shame that Kanye really has beef with a dude who don't care.
Yeah, a comedian is a wrong nigga to have beef with.
Yeah, and it's still smashing your ex-wife. Like he just don't care. And you're
he did make that nigga delete his Instagram though.
He did.
He did make that nigga delete his Instagram. The video was fire. That music video he did about it was fire. I'm sorry.
Where he buried a claymation Pete Davidson.
Yeah, that shit was fire. It would have only been better if the nigga would have had a body double on some obsession shit. On some.
Oh wow! Like
what's that shit what Mariah Carey did?
It was Obsession.
Obsession. Yeah.
Right?
Why are you so
obsessed with me? Yeah, but look how that turned out for her. Because that diss track that M did made her so she never talks about that shit ever again. Though.
Because M is nice. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Pete not gonna drop no. He not. He might do a stand. His next. Somebody I seen a crazy meme. It was funny as hell because it's true. Pete's next stand up gonna go viral. His shit gonna go crazy.
Does Pete do stand up?
I would assume so. Maybe not. He should start.
I feel like he'd just be open.
That's an easy Netflix bag right there.
Yeah, but I feel like he'd be set.
Call that shit Pizzas. That shit gonna be funny as hell.
All right, Pizzas would be a fire stand-up.
That would be crazy, dude.
With the beef he got going on.
Or Skeezers, because he keep calling them Skeets or name that shit Skeezers. You just came up.
Why does he keep calling him Skeet Davidson, man?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what connotation that has. But speaking of Kanye, though, I have been seeing, I have been watching. I haven't finished it yet. I'm on the last episode. I'm watching his documentary, and the nigga do got problems. That's just it. But watching the documentary, you understand him a little bit better than just like free balling and watching the news and shit. Because the news gonna make a black man look the worst possible way he can, especially if he talking against the establishment. But when you watch the documentary, you can tell, yeah, this nigga's a little off, but
well, that's how I felt. Like, I feel like the music industry should have took a little bit more responsibility when it came to Kanye when he released Through the Wire. Like, I feel like yes, praise him because that's crazy, but at the same time,
you gotta check on that man.
Yeah, questions should have been asked because he literally had his jaw wired shut. The pain, I can't even imagine what that had to be like to rap through that.
Yeah, he spit a whole song,
and he I feel like he did it because it hurt. He was like, it hurts to rap, but I love rap so much that it don't matter, and I want the world to know. Yeah. And I feel like at that point,
that's kind of scary.
When people have passions, I understand that people are willing to do anything for their passion, but at the same time, that doesn't make it healthy or okay. So
that's a good take, actually, Rick. That's a good take.
I feel like since then, yeah, I had a conversation with one of our friends like a while ago in the PlayStation party. He was like, I have passions and there's certain things that I would do for my passions, and I was like, well, I just feel like self-harm in any degree isn't something that you should do for your passion. And he was like, well, you might not know if you don't really have a passion like that.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you could argue like not sleeping for long periods. Like, it's been times where I wouldn't sleep for 2 days. Yeah, that's because it's shit to do and stuff like that. That's technically self-harm in a way.
Yeah. And that was the thing we talked about there too. He gave the same example as you. So like, that is self-harm, not getting enough sleep and stuff like that. And I'm like,
not really giving a fuck about it. Like, going to sleep because somebody's like telling you, "Hey, nigga, go to sleep," but you really don't want to. That's kind of crazy.
I don't know if I've had something that I do know that I have had something like that, but I just feel like just because it's relatable and
doesn't make it okay,
common doesn't make it good or okay. Which wasn't probably the point of the conversation to have. It was just probably just to say that that it's common. But yeah, I just feel like.
So would you argue that being motivated like that is somewhat of a mental illness? Because then you could say niggas like
that
Kobe,
that was a conversation
Jordan,
we were having.
like sacrifice most of their lives just to be nice at basketball. And when you take that, like, they made a lot of money from it, but when you just take that phrase and look at it, you're like, that's kind of for a game, my boy. Yeah. like for to hoop. You sacrifice like half your life just to tell niggas I'm the greatest to ever do this shit. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, I guess it could be. Well, Michael Jordan definitely got mental health issues. Something wrong with that nigga.
Yeah, he literally has a gambling addiction.
Yeah, that nigga, something's definitely wrong.
Like, there's something wrong with his competitive nature.
Yeah, he's like, he overly, and then Kobe might not be as bad in that sense, but like, to copy a nigga like that, to be like, this nigga's great, but I could be better. Like, that's you're kind of a problem. Like, just chill out, my boy. Just play the game, man. You're already a highly touted player.
Yeah, like, just the stories about Kobe and how, like, he would see someone going into the gym when he's working out, and he would work out twice as long, just because he seen them and he wanted them to know that they can't outwork him. Mm-hmm. Sure, that's motivational in a sense, but at the same time, I feel like that just draws kind of like.
If you went to the gym with a game plan of like, okay, I'm going to put up 100 shots and then I'm going to go home, and then you choose to stay just because another nigga is there, you kind of tweaking a little bit.
Yeah. I just feel like as much motivational as it could be, it's also very disheartening and a little self-harming in nature.
Oof. Well, I don't think I've done nothing like too insane. Really, it's just losing sleep. Like... Like, the only reason I probably, like, actually go to sleep is because I got to go to work or I'm just not functioning properly. But if I can find a way to function properly, it's over for niggas. It's over for niggas. 2 videos a day, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I just proved your point, didn't I? Oh. Wow. Oh. We're going to move on. I've been uploading pretty frequently, Rick. I've been uploading videos every day.
You've been
uploading videos every day.
You've been screaming.
Screaming every, not every day, close to every day.
Is slang for streaming.
Yeah, I've been screaming.
Screaming with a K.
That's actually fire. Well, that's ours. We're using that. You heard it here first in our RMP podcast. I wouldn't say I've been screaming every day, but like majority of the day, like I'd say like 4 or 5 days out the week I've been screaming. So, and then I've been dropping a video every day on my YouTube channel. And then that's not even counting what me and you've been doing. So, I'm going a little crazy. Hopefully we can keep it going. Not hopefully, we are going to keep it going for the foreseeable future. Have you seen any the stuff I've dropped? Did you see the WNBA video I dropped? Or no?
I did not because I didn't get a notification for it.
You didn't? You got to hit that noti bell so you know every time I upload.
Now I remember why I didn't do that.
Ding that notification bell so you know every time I upload.
Why am I not getting a notification for when you drop videos? And it was because I didn't hit the notification bell.
Yeah, you gotta. And for anybody that's listening or watching on YouTube, you ding that notification bell for the RMP podcast so you know every time we upload. Because for the next few weeks, we will be uploading extremely frequently because we got content just in the vault, just chilling.
What's the name of the YouTube? I'm speaking like.
What's the name?
I'm speaking like Porky the Pig. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
Mine.
Yes.
PLAX TV.
Just
PLAX TV.
All one
and
word.
Anybody listening? All one word. And anybody listening, hit that notification bell on my channel and the RMP podcast channel. Because you love us and you think we're awesome and we're the greatest podcast to ever live. Hot take, right?
Hot take.
Hot take.
Hey, you've been
actually,
dropping every day.
Actually, yeah, I've been dropping every. I did miss today technically because I fucked up my upload schedule thing. I fucked up on that, but it wasn't because of lack of content. I just fucked up. So yeah, I might double upload tomorrow just to counteract that, I guess, because I did miss a day. So I might just double upload tomorrow. Maybe not, because I got this special video that I want to have its own breathing room. So we'll just go and then it'll be every day from now on. I won't fuck up again like that.
Oh, you got numbers on your channel. I see you. Just scrolling down it. You've been just doing numbers.
Yeah, a couple things. 20, 25s, couple 30s.
Nah, you got 1Ks on the shorts.
Oh, yeah, the shorts was doing pretty good for a minute. I think that's what I got to do next is get back up on my TikToks. I was telling you before we started recording. I got a couple TikTok ideas that I'm gonna do at work because some of the scenery is just perfect for it. Mm-hmm. So and hopefully people enjoy those and I can post those all over and stuff like that.
Okay. He reloaded.
Oh, Rick, whenever you start doing YouTube, you could do reaction videos to my videos.
Video
That's extra plug. Yeah, videoception.
I'll see how that goes.
Like in this episode, we're reacting to PLAX TVs. Da, 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 da. And then you can say I'm a bum. You can say I'm great. Whatever.
Hilarious.
Let's see. Do I have a transition for this? Nah, I'm gonna just say it.
Why would you?
So, Rick.
Why do you say stuff like that out loud? It makes no sense.
So, Rick.
Yes, Steve.
I guess speaking of like my content and stuff like that, Facebook is on my dick. Crazy.
About what now?
Cause you remember I became partner with the book because I was doing numbers on my reels.
Mm-hmm.
So, they didn't ban me. They limited the money I could make and they put me on probation for 3 months because I said something. I forgot what they was talking about, and I said shoot him as a joke. I didn't mean it that way. Yeah, I said shoot him. I said shoot him with the shrug emoji, and they banned me. They put me on probation for 3 months for that. I understood that. I was like, okay, I shouldn't have said that. That was crazy. I didn't think about it at the time, but afterwards I was like, okay, I got to pay better attention to what I'm saying. I understood that. But I went back. I was like, okay, so my probation should be up. I went to see, like, have I been, making any money off of my streams, which I have. I made about $15. But the reason it's not more. Yeah, which the reason it's not more is because Facebook said that I have been I have been posting. Hold on, I'm about to look at it right now, so I'm not saying the wrong thing. I have been posting untrue content.
What untrue content have you been posting?
They didn't specify. They didn't show me what post they was talking about. They just said I've been posting frequently untrue content, and I was like, "Sir, I post memes and my skits,
and
jokes."
Did you drop any World War III memes?
No, because remember, after Black kind of called me out about about that one thing, I was like, yeah, he's right. Let me just chill out. And I haven't been sharing shit like that. I might put it in the chat, but I haven't shared it on my page.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you aren't earning bonuses. You can only earn bonuses if you meet our partner monetization policies. Go to the issues to learn more.
And what happens?
Your ability to earn is limited because Steve PLAX isn't following our partner monetization policies because you are posting false news. We're restricted your ability to earn bonus from. You've lost the ability. Okay. Yeah, Steve PLAX is repeatedly sharing content that was misleading or false.
Interesting. Yeah, you might have to just take it up to him or something like.
Take it up to him about it, yeah, because I just felt like I'm just like, okay, I really don't post political shit like that on my Facebook or anywhere really. I stopped doing that a long time ago when I decided to be a content creator. I try to keep that shit to myself or talk about it on the pod or something like that. But like as far as
on your platform, on the platform where they can't stop you.
Yeah, where they can't stop me or say anything about it. But when it comes to like posting about it and like giving essays on posts and shit, I stopped doing that a while ago.
What if they've been flagging your RMP podcast? No, your RMP podcast links as fake news
content. Oh, that's crazy. I'm gonna make a phone call.
I can't imagine.
So what's the course of action for that? Do I just hit up the book because they stopped me from making money? Because I was making like my first week, I made that $15. I haven't made anything since because of that. Because I was on probation for 3 months, and then once that was up, they put me on this shit. And I'm like, y'all sucking me right now. Like you're sucking me.
If there's like a customer service, not customer service, but like some content creator like a Q&A section or like email that you can query about.
Can hit up. Yeah, because like, okay, y'all made me partner, and now y'all just on my dick, and it's just like, I understand you. Now to shoot them shit, I get it. Like that, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. And I realized like once I seen it, I was like, yeah, okay, I see why I shouldn't have said that. It was a joke.
Yeah, but you can see where it could
I can see why it could came off like, oh, first of all, you can't say shoot somebody on Facebook. I understand, especially if you're a partner. I get that. But now saying I'm promoting false news is crazy because I don't post my political views on there all like that. Or at all, really. Now, the podcast, but like you would have to click on the pod, listen to what we're talking about, and then flag me. You see what I'm saying? And they said repeatedly. Yeah, they said repeatedly. I'm like, and repeatedly is crazy. Now, once or twice, okay, but like repeatedly is crazy.
They made it sound like you couldn't control yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm reading this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, and I'm happy that I made partner on something because of my views. That was very like that's a milestone for me. Mm-hmm. Like I've never done that before. That's great. And this is a good thing. Good thing is the book. Don't nobody really give a fuck about the book, so I could learn on the book how to act.
Yeah, how to act before you step into a different platform
or YouTube or whatever.
I didn't even know you made $15 off of it.
I made $15 on there, but that was my first couple weeks, and then I got probation.
When you seen the money, did you cry? Did you shed a tear?
No, because I can't get it out until I reach a certain amount. So,
really? Oh, that's a shit.
That's why I was tight because I'm like, okay, I was gonna get to that number within like a month. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
And I would have been able to get out that X amount of dollars, whatever it would have been, and then they put me on probation. I was like, okay, understandable, cool. That's why I didn't make a big deal. But I turned around after my probation,
And now you like this.
and now it's like this, and they're like, yeah, we're limiting how much you can make. Also, I haven't been posting on it because I was on probation. So I just like, well, let me just chill. And then when I get off probation, I'll post on Reels on Facebook again. And that's what made me look, because I was like, okay, it's been 3 months. Let me go over there and check it out. And then I'm going to start posting on there. And then they talking about this false news shit. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah, at least like if they could indicate what videos or anything.
Bro, they're
like
not
that,
even, it's
yeah.
nothing like, it's just that little, the
Blurb.
little note. The little notes on there, and then that's it. Like, it ain't no explanation. Like, if they showed me the video or like whatever it was, then I could like, okay, maybe I should stay away from shit like that. Or it was $14. I capped. It was 14, not 15.
I don't think $1 is capping, but I guess good clarification.
Yeah, like they not even, and I don't have access to any other monetization tools. Yeah, like I don't know. I'll hit up. I'll figure out a way to hit up the book and figure out why that's happening, or try to make an appeal of some sort. But
Make an appeal.
yeah, but I am happy. I am happy that I was able to become partner on something that was a big milestone for me.
It's a
But
good
it's just
maneuver.
like, yeah, it was great. It's great. It's just like, guys, come on now. It was more. It's more so the false news shit, because I don't. It's different if I was on there like Dr. Umar Johnson or something. I'm not. So I don't know. I guess it is what it is. But I will try to figure that out. And anybody that's listening, once I figure it out, I have an update for you guys here on the RMP podcast exclusively. So that'll be cool.
R&B podcast on Patreon.
We
No,
should do that, but we don't. I don't think we have a big enough fan base.
We definitely do not.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I feel like we don't have the equipment to really make super exclusive content that would be worth paying money for.
Or the time.
as of currently. Yeah.
We have more time, maybe, but
Even with time, I feel like we just don't have the resources to make what I like. If we were really
Rick,
to do
say
that,
I still don't understand what you. I feel like our equipment is fine. I still don't understand.
there's definitely certain things that could be better when it comes to our equipment.
Well, yeah, it could be better, but I feel like.
And
I don't feel like
I'm saying this in the space
hindrance.
of we can't make content. I'm just saying I don't think we can make content to the level where it should be behind a paywall if we don't have those technical like aspects like ironed out. I just feel like that wouldn't be fair to people.
Okay.
Because we wouldn't be putting out our best stuff. We'd be content wise in terms of maybe the stuff we're talking about or stuff we're doing could be good, but if we're not doing it to our best potential because our resources aren't up to snuff in terms of like as good as they should be, then I feel like it shouldn't be behind a paywall.
Are you saying more so like how it looks or sounds?
How it looks, how it sounds.
Because I just don't really, I don't really see what the difference is. I mean, maybe a bigger YouTuber or something like that may have better quality as far as like.
Well, think about it like this, Steve.
They might have an 8K camera, but like we just can't afford.
Think about it like this, Steve. No, I understand that. I'm saying in terms of a paywall, right? You understand what I mean by that?
Right. Somebody having to pay to see it, right?
To pay to see it, right? I feel like if someone is paying to see our content, we should be able to give them the best version of our content. Do you understand what I'm saying with that?
Right.
And do you think that when we film, like, let's say we're filming like a 2 hour or 2 hour plus podcast, or any content really, not even just a podcast. If we filming 2 hour plus of anything, whether it needed to be edited down to be shorter than that or not, whatever. Do you not think that certain equipment we use would have to be finagled in a certain way for us to do that cleanly? Yes or no?
I feel like depending on what it is, we would have to make a couple purchases to make it more seamless. But I think if it didn't require extra purchases, I feel like we would be fine. But that's my personal opinion.
Well, but what are those extra purchases are?
I was
our
just thinking
equipment. Not like, so think about it like this, right?
Well, I was thinking about the one thing that we talked about for the summertime. I was thinking about that specifically. Like, we would have to purchase extra shit to make it a little more seamless and you could hear more people and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's on a different level. So think about it like this, right? If we were if we were to peel back the curtain a bit, right? When we film skits, we're using camera audio to do those skits, correct?
Right. Which we could use separate audio. I'm just lazy.
We could use separate audio, but even past that, we would be using separate audio with equipment that we use for our there's certain things.
I have a what's the name? I have an audio recorder specifically for film.
But what I'm saying is, like, even then, it's just the two of us. So I'm saying, like, we would have to then dig into our learn the expertise as quickly as possible bag. Not doing it as well as someone who's actually, like, supposed to be doing that.
Well,
but, like,
no, okay, I get what you're saying, Rick, but like, see right there, you're talking about shit we have to learn. We started this shit because we had to learn it.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, we had to learn all this shit from scratch.
But I'm saying, if we're putting it behind a paywall, it shouldn't be something that we're still learning. If that makes sense to you.
Well, I feel like if people were legitimately willing to pay for that content, like if we got, which niggas ain't gonna tell you that.
Yeah,
niggas ain't gonna say that. But if niggas was legitimately willing to pay for content, I feel like our content is up to snuff enough to charge if they were willing to pay it. Now,
but that's the thing. What is being willing to pay? Like, look at all the things that are behind paywalls that people do pay for, like all the content that.
Well, most of it is like NSWF shit or whatever. I think I said that wrong.
Well, most of it is it's like more gritty than
scrippers.
Whatever it is. Well, not even podcasts do behind paywalls. They do like Patreons and stuff. They just so they don't have to follow the guidelines of YouTube, and they can say and do certain stuff and not get flagged or demonetized. Right,
do different shit, right.
But I'm saying if you look at those levels, like if you really like, I would say take the time to look at like what's on Patreon in terms of that kind of stuff, not even the not safe for work stuff, like content creators in terms of the realm of what we're doing or similar to.
Oh, right, because I was more so talking about like DDG specifically. Mm-hmm. He did a video with Blueface, and he dropped a video on YouTube, but it was a NSFW video separately that he dropped on his OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that because I'm not paying for a nigga's OnlyFans.
Of course.
But that's what I was more so talking about. Shit like that. That's what I assume Patreon and shit is for more like gritty, like you said, kind of grittier. Might have, some ass shaking. Not saying we would do that. I'm just saying that's what I look at, like Patreon and shit.
No,
you can't put on YouTube.
You should look at like Patreon as a whole, not just in even the niche that I would say that was more like the stuff that you would consume or anything like that. Just look at it overall in terms of similar in the field that we're in. You'll see that it's not just that type of stuff. It's also like making content tailored to fans specifically because they're paying for it. Like they're doing more, I guess, fan centric stuff because it's behind a paywall, and so these people are paying for it. So we're doing something that's
more interactive.
Yeah, that they would like and that they're a part of or that they can associate with. Like they'll do like community games and put those behind paywalls and be like, oh, you paid to watch this video, so join this live stream or join this chat or this website and play along with us as we're playing a game of whatever. Like it's stuff like it's also stuff like that. It's like we recorded this podcast, but we can't put it out on YouTube because of guidelines. But we think you guys would really enjoy it. So if you think you'd appreciate that, pay however much to view it on Patreon. Like there's different things than just like ass shaking.
Even that, I think we would be fine. But I mean, like I told you before, I'm going with you, Rick. If you feel like we not up to, which we're not, we don't have the fans for it regardless. So we're just not either. Whoever, whether you go with Rick saying or what I'm saying, we don't have the fans for a Patreon.
Yeah.
But if we did, I feel like we would be able to do that. But like I told you before, Rick, I'm going with you because you've been right. 99% of the time since we've started this. So, I mean, if you feel like that's what we're not,
I just no. It's not me being right 99% of the time. It's just
no. I'm just you. It's a fact though. It's not really. I'm not.
Well, it's just I don't. I'm not looking at it in a way of like I'm not saying our content isn't good, but I'm looking at it from the point of an actual person watching our stuff, right?
Okay.
Like someone who's not a part of what we're doing, and I sometimes I even just think about what we're doing. Like I have a hard time listening back to our podcast because like if I'm talking, like I tend to remember what we're talking about, and then I'm like, oh, I know what's said here and stuff like that, and so that kind of like ruins the point of it. Right. But even as we're sitting here recording, I think about like what it's like to be on the opposite side of the mic and be listening to it and being like, why would I like this? Why wouldn't I like this? What don't I like about it in terms of what we're talking about, how we're talking about it, how we sound, and then how we're looking in terms of like the camera stuff. I don't care how we look personally, like because if you care about that, then you're on the wrong place. I'm mid. I'm like a 6.5. So it's like,
I'm a good 3. 4 when I dress nice.
So I'm just looking at it in terms of quality, and while we do have a good baseline quality, like I'm not saying we're not good enough to have like the fans to pay for that stuff, but I'm just saying I wouldn't feel responsible in my content creating if we did that with what we create currently. I just feel like there's just a lot of things that we just need to grow on before I feel like we could put it behind a paywall.
To add on to what you just said too, guys, if you share it to your friends and family, we will start getting paid. And when we start getting paid,
we'd be able to
we could buy the best shit. And then we can do this shit for y'all.
I'm telling you, just
why are you guys not showing your friends? We say this every episode. What's going on, people?
I feel like we don't say it every episode. We say it more currently. We say it more currently.
We say it frequently. Tell your friends, tell your family what's happening, guys.
Hey, I'm not even telling you to do that because I'm weird about it, and this is actually my stuff. I usually just say throw a 5-star on it on Spotify if you really do listen to us.
Fuck that. Tell your friends and tell your family.
Steve doesn't realize that's very important to the algorithm. Shares are nice, but it's literally telling Spotify that this person likes this, and so we should give this to more people because they might like
fuck
it.
That. Yeah, please give us the 5 stars.
Very much.
Apple Podcasts.
Honestly.
Spotify.
I would rather you give us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to this than share it to a random person.
Or they could share it and tell them to give it 5 stars on Spotify.
I guess that's the best option, but I would really rather you 5-star it on whatever platform you're watching it.
Because the 5-star is just a one-time thing, but if they tell other people the 5-star.
Think about it like this, Steve. The 5 stars give Spotify or whoever is listening to it on whatever platform, gives them an idea of what type of person it is to really like our stuff. And then they'll then market it to those people who fit that same kind of like category, who's generally like listens to the same type of music or listens to the same type of podcast. Like they'll look at it and be like, this person marked it 5 stars. So this person has almost the identical layout.
Right.
Will also give us 5 stars.
If the people that listen to us now give us the 5 stars, send it to their friends and family and tell them to check it out. And if they enjoy it, do the same thing. That went from just one person 5-starring it to 5 to 10 to 20. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you enjoy the R&P podcast, share it with your friends and family. Like perfect example, Rick. Yes. We have discovered a lot of different TikTokers since we've been on TikTok. Am I right or wrong? And do I or do I not send you TikTokers? And do you or do you not send me TikTokers?
That is correct.
And do they or do they not gain an extra follower because I just sent you or you just sent me? You just sent me two TikTokers today.
Yeah, two TikToks today. But think about like this, Steve. Right? I'm in terms of building a community, not of just followers, but of people who like your content. To the point where they actually, you should.
I'm not worried. I feel like people gonna like it.
No, you should be because this is what I'm saying here. What you're describing of sharing is what could be considered a closed loop. Because look at it, right? If that person shares this podcast with their friends and family, right? Let's say at max they share it with 5 people.
Maybe friends, because probably older people probably.
But even past that, let's say they share it with 5 friends, right? And out of those 5 friends, 2 of them like it. Right? Okay. How big is a circle of friends really? Like if you were to really
like
think
6
about
people. Max.
Yeah, so and then how often is it that those people in that circle of friends have a separate circle of friends?
Pretty often, most of the time they do.
I very like a same like
the equivalent group of friends. No,
yeah,
no.
it's very rare. While it's kind of common that maybe they could pass it on to an acquaintance that could be close to a friend but not exactly the same. I feel like the idea of branching from person to person is very less common word of mouth wise in today's age than it is through an algorithm. I feel like an algorithm is more liable to reach more people than it would be.
I'm not saying the algorithm's not. I'm saying I just don't see what the issue would be in telling the people to share it to their friends and family. That's all I'm saying.
No, I didn't say no. I said I rather. I didn't say they shouldn't.
But
I just said I rather.
Rick, what I'm saying is they could do both.
And I'm saying if they don't want to do both, I'm telling them which one I would rather them to do.
Guys, if you love us, please do both. If you enjoy the RP podcast, please do both.
I just don't understand why
I would wholeheartedly appreciate it.
I don't understand why you're bucking on it. I was just saying like if they're not gonna do both,
I'm just
give me the 5 stars.
Okay, I don't understand what this conversation is about.
That's the thing, Steve. It wasn't about anything.
Why did we have it then? I don't understand.
I
basically said
Steve,
all I said was
if you go back on the tape, man, I just said if out of those two, if you don't do both, I'd rather do 5 stars, and then you were trying to explain to me.
And then I said, why can't they just do both?
Why can't they do both? And I don't. But why does that matter?
Well, I guess neither of it matters. I'm just gonna cut this whole part out. We're gonna keep it going.
You might as well keep some of it.
Honestly, well, where are we at? Actually, hold on.
That was like 2 minutes.
Oh my god, we spent way too much time on that dumbass shit. Okay.
Yeah, you were bucking on it. It was weird. I was like, well, it doesn't matter.
I don't think I was okay. I don't think that's what I was doing, but okay. We're gonna transition to something new.
I don't understand. I'm so lost.
What? I'm not doing that. Rick, you're wild. Okay, now you're wild because I'm not doing it.
I'm wilding, Steve.
You're wild because I didn't do anything. I just said I didn't think I was bucking, but okay, that was it. Now you're kind of dragging it. I'm not going to lie.
Out of all the podcasts, I'm dragging it now?
This time specifically, crazy. I feel like you're kind of dragging it because you were like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, bro, I didn't say nothing. Okay. I was going on to the next segment.
That's nuts.
Oh. Okay. Rick, we talked about a new segment. Or possibly bringing in a new segment. Because I seen something on TikTok that, well, let me rewind a little bit. We talked about, was that last episode we talked about Charles Oakley? Or was that 2 episodes ago?
That was last episode.
Yeah, so we asked if Charles Oakley was on crack because he made a dumbass comment about Giannis Antetokounmpo not being able to play in the 80s and 90s. I forgot what he said. He didn't even really give a reason. He just said he wouldn't be able to play. And we asked if he was doing crack or not because that was just a dumbass statement to make, especially from an NBA legend like Charles Oakley. Well, we're asking again, is it crack that these individuals are doing? Because on Barstool, it's another podcast. I don't know the girl's name. I don't know what the girl's name was, but one of the guys on Barstool was saying, I don't know how they got into this conversation, was saying that Whitney Houston was a better singer than Taylor Swift.
I full-heartedly agree.
Yeah, exactly. Which is true. There's no conversation to be had about that. And to use Rick's word, the girl went crazy, went buck on them niggas. She started saying Taylor Swift. There is no conversation between the two because Taylor Swift does so many more things, and
well, that's not what we talk about. We talk about
she's our Lord and Savior. She said all that. She was going crazy, I could tell she's probably a girl that grew up on Taylor Swift. So I get her going hard like that, but you also got to be realistic. Like I'm the same way with like J. Cole. Me and Rick go at it about J. Cole and Kendrick all the time because I feel like Cole, he's just my personal favorite. But Rick has
personal favorite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand, but I also understand that Kendrick. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Rick, you're tweaking." Kendrick has an argument. Like the nigga won a Pulitzer. Like I'm not sitting here tweaking.
Yeah,
the girl was going crazy, Rick, bro. She was she was like, "Oh, it's not even a competition. Like, I don't even know why we're even Whitney Houston's nowhere near Taylor Swift." She was going berserk, and the dude sitting at the table was like, it was all YT people, by the way, of course. But the dude sitting at the chair was like, "It's Whitney Houston. She's on Mount Rushmore of singers, bro." And the girl was like, "Oh, well, it's, it's more than just that." And I'm like, no, he was talking about singers. Taylor Swift will never, and I hate to sound like Kanye up here, but Taylor Swift will never, ever be half of Whitney Houston when it comes to singing. So let's not. She was just tweaking, but I could tell she was a kid that grew up on Taylor Swift, and that's probably why she was going so hard like that. But I feel like as people, we got to be able to. You gotta think about, like I just said, I'm personal favorite is Cole, but I understand Kendrick has a argument. The nigga won a Pulitzer. You see what I'm saying? What you think?
Kenny.
What you think about this this woman's comment?
Like you said, she probably just grew up on Taylor. And it's scientific fact that music you listen to when you're like 14 to 15 is probably the music that shapes you as a person, and so it holds kind of like a different feeling to you.
Right.
And music you listen to after that point, whether you love it or not, will probably never impact you as much as that music right there. So I could just see people kind of like getting upset, especially if someone's attacking that artist that you listen to at that time frame. But any slander they feel, well, what they feel like is slander is attacking. So
okay.
It's like if someone just came out of the cut and just said, like, I don't know who, I don't even know who I was listening to at 14, like offhand. But if someone came out the cut and said my favorite artist when I was 14 was like shit or garbage or not even that
right.
Like not even of that level, just said like, yeah, he's good, but he wouldn't have been around if it wasn't for this person.
I used to defend the shit out of Gambino back in the day.
I don't know. I feel like Gambino.
I feel like I was the only nigga I was literally the only nigga that was good.
Yeah, Gambino might have been later in life for me. I think I got into Gambino freshman year of college versus freshman year of high school. I don't know what music I was listening to freshman year of high school.
Well, nah, you wasn't bumping him like that. You respected that he was.
I respected Donald Glover as an actor. I loved Community. I think I might have been bumping Freaks and Geeks at 15.
Yeah. Because I remember I was bumping Gambino before high school, I feel like. I believe.
I was listening to house music at 14, 15. Like
really?
Like trap house and like dubstep, but like as
that's why you was like that.
Impact that's dubstep as possible.
Like that back in the day.
Like what? Hey, Skrillex has some bangers with A$AP Rocky and Rick Ross.
Skrillex, yeah, that's why you was on that type of shit. Okay,
Rick Ross and A$AP had one of my two favorite Skrillex songs.
I couldn't even tell you a Skrillex song. I'm not even
what is it?
I respect him.
Was it Pink Lamborghini with Rick Ross? You don't remember Pink Lamborghini?
I couldn't even tell you, King.
I wish I could play it without getting taken down.
Flagged. Yeah. We'll listen to it after. We'll listen to it after. But it just the weight, bro. She was going hard. I was just like, I don't know. Maybe I don't read. Because Taylor Swift had a chokehold on young white girls back in the day. She did. So I don't know how much of an impact that really made on that community, because I just don't. I'm neither a girl or white, so I don't know what. I don't have the same feelings towards her that she does. Just like she probably doesn't have the same feelings towards J. Cole that I do, or Childish Gambino that I do. So I understand that. But even in that, like Gambino's last project and Stone Mountain, I was like, yeah, it just wasn't hitting for me. And I go lie, like I love Gambino, I love what he do, but I'm like, maybe he's a little just too focused on. Not too focused, because, I mean, that's how he's making his bread, but maybe he should just leave the music alone until he can sit and focus on it.
Yeah.
Because when he's doing two, three things at once, shit start lacking in the music area. So it's just like the last project, the joint with the dates, I tried to listen to it, Rick. I listened to like 3 songs. I had to turn that shit off. And that's me.
Yeah,
I had to turn. That's me, bro. I had to turn.
It wasn't Redbone.
It was none of it was. I just was like, yeah, I can't do this, bro. I can't even act like this shit. That actually, Rick, you just hit that. Actually.
I did not hit that at
Rick,
all.
you just hit that. I think you just hit that. That's kind of crazy. That was fire.
That's funny. But yeah, and looking at the release date for Good Kid, Mad City, I was definitely listening to Kendrick at 14.
See, okay, so that's the. I think that when did
2012.
I remember when Forest Hills Drive came out. I remember being frantic in school because it dropped. And
Forest Hills Drive, yeah, dropped in high school.
Yeah, I was trying to get niggas to what was it, airdrop?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get niggas to Bluetooth it.
Yeah, because our friend who we won't name because technically what she did was not legal.
Yeah, it was not. Yeah.
Gave us the full joint over Bluetooth.
Yeah, and I was running around the school. I had like 6 of the songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
From just getting it from different niggas.
From different people. You was doing an actual in-person torrent. That's nasty.
Basically, yeah. Like I was, Rick. I believe you remember because you was with me most of that day.
Yeah.
I was frantic trying to get these songs, bro, and I wasn't gonna listen to them.
That's how people was with Pablo. Life of Pablo.
Oh well, yeah, niggas was doing the same thing with Pablo.
But
yeah,
boys was getting the one track Life of Pablo, which was the whole album, in one go. Like you had to like swivel through the joint to find the one song you wanted and then play it from there. It was like, how long was Life of Pablo as a whole? It was like a grip.
It was pretty. I believe it was pretty long.
Yeah, shout out that Kendrick song.
I don't even remember Life of Pablo. Damn.
Party at LA.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody body that body. Ain't nobody body that body.
After I watched the documentary on my walk home, I listened to College Dropout again. That nigga is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen to that back. That nigga is just... Man.
Oh, no more parties in LA.
Yeah, no more parties.
Ain't no parties in LA.
I remember that song. Okay, I remember that song. Yeah, but it was just a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Frantically running around the school trying to get individual songs from niggas. And I would message niggas like, yo, I heard you got track 7.
Hilarious.
And niggas be like, yeah, pull up after third period. I was like, bet.
He was just collecting them like Pokemon.
Collecting them. And then our friend gave everybody like the full joint.
The full joint. Shout out to her, man. Clutch.
Yeah, shout out to her. And then I ran. And
Clutch
then
God.
I went home. I didn't touch it till I went home.
Mm-hmm.
And I went home. I sat down in my recliner that I had in my room at the time, and I just indulged.
Reclining to some J. Cole is a crazy visual.
I was a fan, bro. I was a fucking fan. I was waiting for that. Why was we so high? What was before Forest Hills Drive?
I don't even
Born
know,
Center, right?
Yeah, had to be.
Yeah, that's why I was hyped like that, because I had just started listening to Born Center.
Mm.
And I was like, if this nigga going like this, because remember, and I told this story to Akira, the reason I'm probably going to just put Kendrick over Cole is because when Cole first started with the Who Dat and all that shit, I hated that nigga.
Who that?
I swear to God, I hated it. I was like, another bum ass nigga, bro. That was my first. I was like, I'm tired of it. And then he started beefing with Diggy Simmons, and he lost all credibility.
He was not beefing with Diggy Simmons.
He was.
Diggy Simmons was beefing with him.
No. Them niggas was both dropping diss tracks, bro.
Bro, if you go back and watch the interviews, Diggy was beefing with him. Cole was just listen, what would I like? It's a lose-lose. Like, what am I supposed to do here?
Cole mentioned the kid in a song though.
For an easy bar transition.
Nah, bro.
Don't be the son of Run DMC if you're not going to get the Diggy spin. I don't know what the like Diggy flip is.
It was a good spin, but it was just like, nigga. No, like, what are you doing?
Like hickory dickory dickory, like he could.
I remember I told Akira that story because me and Akira, shout out to Miss Akira Oshun, best director in the city. We was talking about Cole versus Kendrick because she a Kendrick fan like you, and we was going back and forth for a minute, and then for some reason, like, I just remembered the Diggy Simmons shit. and I said, you know what, Kendrick got it because he never did no dumbass shit like that. I was
And
like,
the closest,
and I had
the closest
her cracking up
to almost beef that Kendrick had was Big Sean and Drake.
which is credible niggas. That's understandable. Not Diggy Simmons, bro. You're not. And he was a kid at the time.
Diggy Simmons is credible now, man. That's credible.
Yeah, now he's credible. Well, with music, he's credible.
I don't know. What was the last
I'd
song
say
he
with
made? I
acting.
felt like was an okay song. Like
No,
the
it was
last
a good
thing he ever
song,
dropped.
but I'd say he's more credible with acting than.
I feel like maybe after Grownish is done, I feel like he might get back into his music bag. And if that's the case, if he ain't fall off, I feel like he'd be credible in music still.
Okay. Well, at the time, he wasn't. He was a kid. Nigga was like 14,
What you talking
15,
about, man?
16.
That mindless behavior feature? That shit was going crazy.
Rick, listen to what you just said. Say it again.
That mindless behavior feature?
One more time so you can hear it again.
That
Say
mindless behavior feature.
Oh, you said it sternly like you believed in it. That's crazy. You said it stern.
I just don't know how many times I can say it. Like, what was that song?
Nigga said it sternly like he believed in it. Oh, no.
I need to see
wait,
her
Rick,
all across the
don't
world
fucking
just to
sing
be
it.
her.
Rick, don't fucking sing it. Don't fucking sing it. Girl, I'm gonna see her.
I'm flying all across the world just to be her. That shit was heat. Say what you said, but that shit was heat. They was like Big Time Rush before Big Time Rush, man.
Oh, listen, Rick. Say it one more time, 'cause I feel like you're just not listening to yourself. So I'm gonna give you a chance. Say it one more time. What made him credible back in the day?
That mindless behavior feature with Diggy Simmons.
What? Where's the confidence in your voice coming from?
Because
I don't understand.
think about what that song did at the time, man. Stop acting like that song wasn't it.
Rick, stop. What are you
Bruh.
doing right now?
I'ma fly across the world just to be like, come on, bro.
Dance
Come
moves?
on.
I wish you was on camera because I'm doing the dance moves.
You can't tell me that
Yo,
that shit wasn't it. Like, you can probably
legitimately
envision
crying,
the
man.
music video right now, man. Like, that
I
shit
can't. I
was
see
it.
it. All
They
the
had
music
girls
videos
from
was similar,
bro. They had
too.
girls from Japan, France.
God.
Like they had them from everywhere, and they all remember. I don't remember Diggy verse,
Diggy
but I
was like
remember
all across.
I
the
just remember
world,
that like
girl.
kind of like
So-
techno
so-
joint that they put on his voice. It was like, and I can't remember what he said though, but he came in on it, and I was like,
He
oh,
said
this
all
shit.
across the world. He said something like that.
Yeah.
He was like, all across the world, girl, you gonna be my something, girl. I like,
Yeah.
Rick. Okay, all right. One more time, then we go. Just keep it moving. I'm gonna just give you one more chance so you can like, get some of that confidence out your voice. What made Diggy Simmons credible back then when he was beefing with Jake?
Well, first it was the Run DMC show, Run's House, that made him credible.
That did not make him credible.
Two, it was the Mindless Behavior song featuring Diggy Simmons.
The addition of Run DMC, the Run DMC show, and then quadrupling down on the fucking.
Yo,
We're
you
done.
better
We're
relax
done.
before I get
We're
Run
done.
to make a diary entry about you when he in his bubble bath at the end of the episode.
He like see, the Lord always tested me, but I know not to say nothing back to wannabe content creators who'll never be shit. I'll talk to y'all later.
You know how crazy
Run.
that is? That it literally wasn't. At the end of his episodes, it would just be him either in a hot tub or a bubble bath,
or a bubble bath. Yeah.
typing in his BlackBerry his latest diary entry about his life. Man, he really
wonder
thought he was going crazy.
He was though.
But he was going crazy. But Diggy wasn't getting the credibility from the Mindless Behavior features.
No.
Come on, man.
No. The nigga did not have. What was his song that he dropped?
Who?
Damn, now I gotta look it up. Diggy Simmons. What was the song that he dropped? Hold
Oh,
on.
the last one he did.
No, not the last one. His first joint.
Oh, I don't remember his first joint.
That was really hitting. I did like that song. I ain't go front.
Isn't it a shame that he got off, but his older brother never took off in music?
Which
When
is
that's
weird.
all he ever wanted to do was do music.
His older brother ain't had a look though. No cap. He ain't had a look.
Well, did he have
That's what it
the?
was.
Did he have the sound?
I don't know. I never heard none of his shit besides on the show.
Then why you just throw
on
it to his looks?
On the show, his shit sounded kind of corny though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why you throw it to his looks if you can't remember like anything he did that made you think he should have got on, but he didn't.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't have nothing that was like worth.
Like, cause there's
copy paste.
Like back then, don't get me wrong, looks definitely matter. Now it's not as bad because like anybody can pop off.
Yeah, Kodak Black exists. We're good. Looks don't matter at this point.
Looks don't matter. But like I don't remember him dropping anything that was being like, oh, that's
credible.
Crazy. And now I think the only thing he does is that like growing up hip hop bullshit.
Oh, he's on that? Yeah.
I think so. I think I've seen him on there once or twice.
But why?
Okay. I wonder what their youngest brother is doing. He was doing like that nigga did everything from dancing to magic.
Looking ashy.
What he did, yo, he was.
You seen that most recent picture of him?
I never seen what he looked like now. But he was the only one of the kids that he had with that wife because I think the oldest was from a different relationship but lived with him.
Oh, for real? Oh yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, he was the only one of the kids that looked like his mom. Like his mom produced a lot of different children. And none of them looked like her except him.
Well, ain't the girls from another woman too, or no?
No, the girls I think were from her too. I think.
Cause they the same age as the older brother, ain't they?
I don't know. I thought they were.
That's
younger.
a little sketch.
You think? Well, he might have had ghetto twins. Well, he might have had ghetto twins. Yeah.
That boy Ron was going crazy in the 80s. You don't know what was going on.
Crazy.
He's the #1 rapper in the world. What could you talk about?
Well, weren't they twins? The two girls?
The girl, nah, I don't think so.
Then they were really close in age. They were like really close in age.
See, now I'm about to look it up.
What was the shoe they had? Pastries? Remember those
pastries? Them shits had a choke hold on the game.
Yeah. If a girl came in with apple bottoms and pastries on, she was a problem.
She was lit. Yeah, she was lit.
She needed to be watched. Or the baby fat. If she had on the baby fat with the pastries, she was a problem. She needed to be watched. If she came to the school dance and Soulja Boy was playing in the background and she came in with the fat, the baby fat and the pastries, she was an issue. She would hurt you at the end of the night, man.
So Vanessa is 38. Angela's 34. Russie, close. The ashy one, is 24.
So he's the closest to our age.
Yeah. And then, so Diggy got to be like 26, 27 then.
Yeah. He's not in that list? They just said fuck him?
They didn't. He's not in the people also search for. But maybe Diggy his own celebrity at this point.
Yeah, at this point. They be looking at him for something other than his family.
Diggy's born in 95? Wow. I did not know that. He's born in 95. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. But, Rick, you want to get into one more thing and then we close it out?
Sure.
Because we closing in on an hour, so.
Yeah, so we'll do this. We'll give a no spoiler, I guess, feel for Batman. We've seen it. We seen it last night, or this morning technically. If you think about the time. Yeah,
technically this morning.
It was 3 hours. It was a beautiful 3 hours.
Beautiful.
And if you don't like the Batman, after watching it, but you like Batman, you fake.
See, some niggas online, and I'm not trying to say
they don't really like Batman,
but
man.
like Your Age and Duke Dennis said the shit was mid.
Who?
Hey, chill out. All right, chill out, Rick.
Who said it was mid?
Your Age and Duke Dennis.
Who?
Rick. Okay.
Who?
We're not there yet.
They said it was mid.
They said it was mid.
I don't care what they are at this point. If they said if they really cared about Batman from the comics, from the video games, from the animated series.
I know Duke don't give a fuck. Yeah, Age is a Florida boy, so I know.
So like I said, who? Like, man, they
not nerds for real.
Yeah, they mean their opinion means 0% to me in the terms of this. Like, if we're in their ballpark for whatever they care about, I gotta respect them because they care about it. But if they don't really bangs with Batman, like you should bangs with Batman to understand this movie. Even if you didn't really know Batman, how could you find this movie trash? You could not know one bit about Batman.
They said mid. They didn't.
Well, I'm saying, how could you not find this a good movie? If you didn't know one thing about Batman going into this movie, there's nothing for you that you should have been lost on. Like, the plot was explained. The setup was there. the only thing you could say is that you didn't see him like become Batman, just like you didn't see Spider-Man become Spider-Man. You didn't have a problem with that.
Right, because we've seen it a million times already. We don't.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what Matt Reeves did. Just like the nigga who was doing the Tom Holland trilogy realized. We've seen it so much that it's become common knowledge. It's become as common as the ABCs.
Even even a fan that's like a casual fan knows Uncle Ben dies. They know Batman's parents die. And they know Alfred takes care of him. They know Aunt May takes care of Spider-Man.
And since they know that, they're playing around the fact that you have a basic human understanding of what these characters are, and they're saying, okay, since we don't have to deal with that, let's give you a good story from the middle.
Right. And really, it's still origin because it's year 2 for this nigga.
Yeah.
So... like this is just him realizing like shit is really bad in this motherfucker.
Well, now you're slightly reaching into spoiler territory.
Sorry, my bad, John. My bad. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Rick.
But like I'll say this from a mystery standpoint, great movie.
Beautiful movie. Yeah.
From an action standpoint, great movie.
Also, unless you can only address them as 2 things. Robert Pattinson or Big Rob. If you don't address him any other way, then you disrespectful. Straight like that.
Honestly, this movie wiped Twilight off of his resume. All 5 of the movies, or 6 or 7 or 10 of those, whatever. However many Twilight movies they are.
Because they was talking about the re-up. They was talking about doing a re-up on that.
Re-up on what?
On Twilight.
Oh, he better stay away.
Because they said Big Rob and Kristen Stewart been going crazy with the acting, so they should do a re-up on Twilight.
No. Big Rob stays in the bat suit. That's the only.
I don't know,
that's
Rick,
the only
they
bat.
made a lot of money off.
Nah, that's the only bat I want to see. Big Rob in is the bat suit. I don't want to see him.
Rick,
I don't want to see him
Rick.
vampire Batman. I want him to be Dark Knight Batman. I want him to be Gotham GC Batman.
They like, Big Rob, we're gonna give you $100 million. He gonna be like, put the crystals on me.
He was like, all right, you can do Twilight, but you can never see Zoe Kravitz again. He gonna be like, I'm gonna keep over on this way.
Yeah, we're gonna stay over here.
He's like, I'm gonna stay over here. Cape Crusader is me. I am him.
I think it could just be the actors' chemistry shit that people go through, but I think Zoe kind of got a crush on my boy. In the interview, she'd be a little like blushing a little bit. I'd be like, Zoe, chill out, bro.
Well, you see him. He became Batman for that whole whole filming, man. Ain't no way he was a crush on my boy. The way he was moving through that film, man. Ain't no way he was talking Happy Dory after the cut, man. He went skulking straight to his trailer after the scene cut, man. He ain't talked to no one. He was like, Batman.
She was like, Zoe Kravitz like, this nigga's really Batman. Oh my God.
Yo, without saying anything, just every time he entered a scene as Batman, it was like comic perfect. Like
it really was.
It literally brought like life the words of Bane from the Nolan trilogy. Like I was like, you may have adopted the dark, but I was born in it. Like that's really how he was moving.
Shit, to be
man.
real, and first of all, Zoe Kravitz is so fucking fine, man. Jesus fucking Christ, perfect Catwoman, acting great. And just because she's just so damn.
Yeah, funny. she was a comic accurate Catwoman.
Yeah, she did great. Yeah. I am partial to Anne Hathaway. I feel like she did a decent job when she was Catwoman, but Zoe was definitely.
I feel like they rushed her. I feel like she was good,
definitely.
But I feel like she was definitely rushed.
Saying.
Yeah,
for what she was given, she did a decent job.
She was good. Yeah, she was good for what she was given. But they definitely rushed the fuck out of her.
That her natural just like wittiness.
Yeah.
And going back and forth shit, like I feel like that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But like the written character, no. But like playing
that, it was good.
She did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah. This was a balance of both.
It was definitely
well written and well acted. I believed every moment. I was
all the characters. I cut this out if it's too much to say. Is it too much to say that the Riddler nigga deserve an award?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
just don't say why.
Don't expound why. Okay, the Riddler nigga deserves an award. He was trying hard to get that award. Y'all go see what we talking about.
Yeah, he was.
I was going hard
when they first revealed him. Like when you really got to know the Riddler, I was like, why they choose him? And then the first bit of dialogue after that, I was like, that's why they chose him. Because he's a demon.
We made up a story. Me and Angel made up a story that the nigga auditioned for Twilight and didn't get it.
Oh, really?
So ever since he been plotting on Robert Pattinson to take the award from that nigga.
That movie was a perfect crime noir, man, while also being action.
Yep. And I'm hoping Big Rob is the new Batman for the
universe.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But our buddy Mello said he'd be fine if he just was in his solo own universe.
Yeah, I could see that too. People are saying the one problem they have with this movie is that it was too grounded in terms of they don't feel like he would be able to deal with like his superpower like villains. Like but it's
just year 2.
But it's only the little spoiler you gave was that it is only year 2 of him being Batman.
Oh, that's a spoiler too. Damn, I'm sorry. Fuck.
No, well you already said that. So
okay.
It is what it is.
I think people knew about that already though. People knew
possibly, but they might have not known how experienced or inexperienced he was in this movie. Okay. But I will say that because he's so new to being Batman, that he could still grow into all those things that make Batman not
pretty nice.
Like he
just
could
in year 2.
Yeah, he could be nice. The devil in the dark. Like give him year 5. I can imagine him doing all the things that you imagine Batman doing. But it being year 2, seeing him grow into that person that he's gonna be is already crazy.
Because he was already nice.
He was already nice, and he was fumbling. Like he was nice, and he was fumbling still. Yeah. So if in year 5, when he gets the fumbles out, it's over. He's a danger.
Really, and to be real, that might be year 3 for real.
Nah, if he get that nice in year 3, I gotta talk to Matt Reeves. Like, I gotta be like, year 3, he already like
Rick,
this.
Rick, if Robert Pattinson is gonna continue to be Batman, I would like Rick to be one of the Robins.
I would rather be Signal, but that would be very far in the future.
Yeah, that's a while from now. Okay.
Yeah, but shout out Duke Thomas. If you don't know who Signal is, he's a part of the Bat family, officially adopted by Bruce Wayne. He's African American. He was a part of the We Are Robin. That's a whole comic series that you should read if you care about Batman and Robins in general.
And just watch.
Or if you want to watch, comic historian and not own a piece of history, you can do that too. But basically, to cut it down short, it was a group of kids who grew up in Gotham and basically toted the moniker of Robin to clean up the streets that they lived in. Duke was the leader. His parents were incapacitated for whatever reason, so they couldn't raise him. And Batman was like, he did his whole thing like, I know what it's like. Come over to the castle, trained him up. He became Signal. And it also turned out that he was a metahuman that he learned later, and he's nice. He could control light. Like at that point, he's unbeatable. Like, come on, man.
Especially if you're trying to be in the dark.
No, he's so nice that there's instances where he could like absorb light in a room and figure out where stuff was based on how light reflected off of it. So it was like that table wasn't always in that position. From where the light particles are, it was moved 2 inches to the left.
That'd make you a dumb detective, dude.
Yeah, he's the god of detectiveness.
And like in a fight, because if you make it dark in a room you could feel where everything was at. Yeah. You're working everybody
you're in the best position, man.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah. He's nice.
Yeah, but Batman was amazing. The movie was amazing. It was 3 hours. I don't
Beautiful
know if I would
3 hours.
Go see it again in theater
because of how long it was, right?
Right.
That's how I felt, but I'm gonna see it with Brianna. If I wasn't seeing it with Brianna, I don't think I would watch it again. Not because I wouldn't want to. It's just a big commitment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 3 hours a long time, and maybe more so for me too, because I had to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. Yep.
So it just kind of threw my whole day into a tired, sleepy loop. But yeah, but it was a great movie. I truly enjoyed it.
I loved it.
And I hope they do more with this Batman. I hope this ain't the last time we see him or anything like that. I was about to say it, so never mind. Let me shut the fuck up. All right, Rick, I'm going to let you close it out.
All right, everybody. This has been another episode of the RMP Podcast, episode 46. You can let us know in the comment if you really think we should keep the segment, Is It Crack? I feel like we're
let
gonna
us
do
know.
it. We're gonna do it
I think
regardless. But
I want it to be a separate show at this point.
I don't think it. I don't
Is
think
it
it should be a separate show. But I really like it as a segment. Let us know how you think about it, how we could improve it, or any ideas of what you want us to talk about, where you think someone might have been smoking crack in terms of media
Yeah,
conversations.
definitely. Actually, send that stuff to us, and we'll put it on. We'll do it.
Let us know if you like the Batman. I loved it. It was beautiful. Shout out to its animated counterpart, the Batman, that was on Kids WB. One of my favorite versions of the animated Batman. The Joker had dreads and he did flips, so that's just goated. And what else? Share this with your friends, your family. Give us a like. Give us some 5 stars on whatever platform. Just get us out there, you know.
Ding that notification bell, YouTube.
Yeah. The bigger the better.
We upload.
And just know that we love you.
And we love you guys. Peace.
Bye.